All right. So yeah, awesome. So why don't you tell me some more about your uh prep? When is your exam date?
So I haven't scheduled a date yet. I did that previously, like last year I took it. I didn't score well.
Okay.
Um,
How did you do
it-
last?
so last year I was under 500 for sure.
Okay.
This year, I still have material from what I got from my master's program,
Okay.
which are Princeton review books, and as well as I have some AAMC practice tests.
Huh?
Um,
Did you do any of those before?
so I did a couple of them, but I know that I still have access to them.
Yeah.
Um, and if I since I get like I guess the discounted rate one, I applied for the
Huh?
which there's a waiver to get at least 50% off or if not free material.
Okay. So for the AMC full lengths, you took some of them before?
The what now?
Oh, the AMC full lengths.
Oh yeah. So I took a few of them.
Yeah.
Um and they definitely well I took the first practice one, and then I took the AMC one. I think I can maybe pull it up if I still have access to it. But I would say I took two practice tests coming out of the program. I thought I would be prepared enough to take that exam. Definitely wasn't.
Were these like what were these scores like? Were they like under 500 as well?
Yeah, under 500 as well. Um, I kind of just took it because I felt pressured and under time, like I should be doing this and should be doing that, but that definitely was not the best thing to
Yeah.
do.
Okay, got it. So, okay, now let's see. Do you have are you using Anki?
I have Anki available to me, yes.
Okay. Like have you like been using it? Like do you like using
Uh,
it?
Lately I haven't. I'm trying to create a new one with so recently I was a part of a panel with a med coach.
Okay.
Um, and they offered up like this $80 one-time premium plan for life.
Okay.
And so I went ahead and got it. And I was looking through some of the lessons, like right now I'm going through stoichiometry. So they have questions per subject. And what I do is I screenshot those and I'll put them into the Anki as an image. That way, when I revise them late, like on Sunday, then I'll be able to see, okay, do I still remember this? And how do I do this problem?
Got it. Um, let's see. Did you do like a post back or something?
I did a master's program. So it was a 1 year's master's program at Wake Forest University
Huh?
with the School of Medicine. And it was supposed to imitate a first year med school's program. And I did fairly well in there. But the only thing is, when they provided us also MCAT prep as well, they changed the direction of it from previous years and wanted us to experiment on doing it study for it for an entire year versus studying it for it in the summer. Honestly, I don't think that was the best idea.
Huh? Now, so because you mentioned you were non-trad, so the reason I asked about postbac was like, have you taken like Gen Chem, Bio, Organic Chem, Physics, Biochem?
I have. So maybe I misused the word, I guess, like non-traditional, more like I didn't come out of like college and go straight there. Since
Oh,
when I graduated,
but you're still a pre-med.
yeah, still pre-med.
I
Yeah.
see, I see, got it. Okay, awesome. So, okay, so what I usually have, oh, and you're working like full time, I'm guessing, or something?
At the moment, it's part-time. I work with an attorney.
Uh-huh.
And I just work so I can pay bills.
Yeah, yeah. So like how many like hours like per day would you say you can spend like devoted to like MCAT prep?
Yeah, so right now I'm also in school. So
Oh, okay.
I'm in the EMT program, which
Oh
ends
yeah.
yeah, it ends on May 3rd.
Hmm.
Um, so at the moment, my hours are like 20 hours a week with the firm. So on Fridays, I can choose to go to work or not. So
Okay.
at the so I can dedicate at least every day 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours.
Okay. Now, um, do you have or have you used UWorld?
So I purchased UWorld.
Yep.
I didn't end up actually using it because I was doing my master's program and I thought I'd have the time for it.
Yeah,
It
they don't
just
really
didn't
give
work
you
out
that
the
much
way.
time for the, yeah, they only give you like a few months for UWorld. So, okay, so okay, what I think, okay, so what I usually do with students is I separate the everything into three phases. So the first phase is the accuracy phase where you're just going to be learning stuff and not going to be worried about timing or anything like that yet. So what that entails is so I have students do on the Jack Westin website, there's a content diagnostic, and I can show it to you. So all right, let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay, so this is just jackweston.com, right?
Hmm.
And you'll probably have to sign in. So, but what you'll do is down here where it says MCAT question bank, you're going to
Okay.
select see it MCAT content diagnostic. You're gonna select that, and then there's three of them. There's BB, CP, and Psych Soc, and like
Hmm.
166 questions, 113, 108. These are not like passage-based questions. These are just like discrete questions that are there to just help us like diagnose what content areas you're strong in, what content areas you're weak in.
Okay.
So I have students start off with that because that then enables us to know what content to like learn and work on. And after that, I have students do the AAMC section bank. Now that's different from the AMC like question packs. Um, the section bank is going to also have like a BB, a CP, and a Psych Soc, and there'll be 100 questions each, but they'll be like passage-based questions as well as some discrete, so it'll be uh more of what you would see on the MCAT. So I'd say for yeah, that's for phase one for the sciences. For cars, I would recommend doing the AAMC cars like question pack volume one, question pack volume two, and they also have a diagnostic tool, um, which is all available on, the AMC, like, Prep Hub. So that would be for cars practice. And we're going to do this for like, let's say, maybe, well, it could be maybe like 2 weeks. It could be maybe like a month. It depends on where you're at. So, and that will be that first phase. Now, phase two is when we start doing practice tests. And phase two is going to involve third-party practice tests, but by that I don't mean like any. I mean just either Blueprint or Altius because those are the tests where they are significantly harder than the AMC tests and the actual like MCAT, but they're harder in the right way. It's not like I know like Kaplan, for instance, could be harder in that they test minutia and things that are like kind of low yield. But Altius and Blueprint will test you on stuff that will actually help you in a variety of ways. Like you'll see lots of like really difficult passages and questions, and it's more than just, I guess, practicing with that difficult stuff. It's like you kind of gain some psychological like armor, if you will. So like what if like on the MCAT the first passage you see is super hard? That can throw you off your game for like the entire test. So doing the Blueprint or Altius tests will put you in that position a lot. So I even have actually a spreadsheet where I took scores from the MCAT subreddit like sidebar, and if it's too small, let me know because I have like a 4K monitor, so like when I share my screen, it can look really small.
Oh no, I can see.
Okay, okay. So so basically I have like 500 and so I just uh selected this people who scored 523 or higher. And so I have like around 560 like people here, and
Wow.
their average score on the actual MCAT comes out to a 524.64. Now, I also have like, average scores for practice tests. Now, Blueprint used to be called Next Step, so that's what this is. And you can
Okay.
see that the average score for Blueprint is like a 510.
Hmm.
And so that's the average score for people who got an average of like almost 525 on the actual thing. So you can see that there's like a 14 point, as much as a 14-point deflation with the Blueprint tests. And the same thing goes for Altius. I have Altius over here. Same kind of average, 510. I also have like people's comments where they pretty much tell you like, you know, it's hard, but it's hard in the right way, and that it's an excellent way to excellent tool to use to practice. So for that phase two, I will have you do like tests from either Blueprint or Altius, whichever one's like, like cheaper or has like a better deal going on, like you'll select one of those, and we'll have you do those third party full lengths. And after we have you do like, let's say like at least like 6 of them, we will then have you go to phase three, the last phase, which is the AMC tests. And once you get to that phase, what we usually see is a score like boost or a spike, because that the deflated Blueprint or Altia scores like really show how they're deflated once you take the AMC tests afterwards. So that's when we should see a spike. So yeah, what do you think about that?
That seems like a really good plan.
Okay.
It's better than what I would have honestly done on my own. I like what I was thinking of, like, okay, if had I not reached out to you, I
Mhm.
would have probably just content reviewed,
Yeah.
then find practice tests and keep doing practice tests until I got there. But I mean, I like your idea and I think we should go forward with it.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, it's not different from what you just mentioned. We're doing practice tests. When it comes to the content, we're gonna do content stuff too, but like, it won't be like a passive kind of content review. It'll be like Jack Westin content. You're doing questions actively, and we can find what areas, to brush up on, content wise. Sometimes I have people do, I mean, like, yeah, I guess that's why I asked you if you have UWorld, because like, yeah, sometimes if students have UWorld, I have them do UWorld. Like, let's say you do the Jack Weston content diagnostic, and you find out like that one of your weaknesses is like circuits or something. So let's say, then you learn about circuits, or like we can have a session where I go over circuits with you. And then you can go to UWorld and then have it populate a bunch of passages and questions on circuits, and then you can get that additional practice that way. Uh,
Mhm.
but that's not absolutely required. So we could just have you like learn the content from the content diagnostic, and then have you do the section bank, and then phase two with the Blueprint or Altius test, and then yeah, the phase three at the end.
Yeah, definitely. If I mean personally, if you think that UWorld, I know like when I was doing my program, I asked a lot of students as well who are med students and already within like the med school of Wake Forest. I'm like, well, what did you guys use? And they tell me, well, UWorld really helps a lot, honestly. So if I need to purchase it again, I don't mind purchasing it again. That's
Yeah,
the whole
UWorld,
reason why I reached out to you.
yeah, of course. So yeah, UWorld is really great. Like, yeah, it's really great for a lot of things, including like learning the content, because the solutions that they make are really, really good. Um, but I would say like if it's between like doing New World or doing like the third party like Blueprint or Altius full lengths, I would recommend the Blueprint and Altius full length. So you rolled I think of more as like, if we have it or if we have some extra time or something like that, we can maybe like add that in. So, but yeah, so for now, I think you have what you need um for now, until like, those third party exams. So what I do is, so like, all right, I was just with a um so like, okay, so like I basically make like a spreadsheet that's like a calendar for you to have an idea of what to do each day. So this is like from one of my students. And you can see how like phase one involves, so like Anki, you'll be doing like, oh wait, you said about Anki that you were sorry, what did you say about Anki again? You said something, I know you said something about like the program that you were in did something with Anki or something like that.
Well, I downloaded Anki about like a year ago just for the program because they told me that it really helps with like memorizing things. And during like neuroanatomy, I needed it
Yeah,
to
yeah.
remember all the stuff. But right now, like I was recently a part of this little like 1 day experience, I guess, with that was sponsored with Med School Coach.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. You were saying that. Yeah, go on.
yeah, yeah. So they had like a lifetime
Yeah.
plan for 80 bucks. And I said, well, I don't have anything going on for me right now at the moment. And then I got your information. So I was like, okay, well, this can help also supplement, I guess, if I need it. But then again, it's also like a lifetime thing. So if it doesn't work for me, I can always give it to somebody else who's in need of it and just give them that kind of information for them
Yeah.
to log in.
So I'm thinking about the lifetime thing, like, like how is that related to the Anki? Like, is it like,
Oh, right. So like the questions themselves, like so if I do a section for like chemistry or biology, it'll have questions about like what we learned, like for example, stoichiometry. It'll have like a 13-minute video. I take my notes and then afterwards at the bottom I'll have like 6 or 7 questions. What I do is I screenshot those questions and then I put them into Anki. So that way on Sunday I'm able to like go over them, try to answer them, and see do I still remember this content? Do I know why I'm doing this?
okay, I got it. So that's just like this program, and but it's not like they're providing you with Anki, you're still using Anki and you're making your cards that way, right?
Exactly, exactly. So Anki is just like I know how to use it. I know how to do it outside of it. That's just something else that's going on.
Okay. Yeah, so I think that's going to be useful once we get to the stage of where, well, I guess it could be useful like, throughout, but once we get to the point where we are reviewing like our full lengths, um, it would be good to make cards on like questions that you got wrong, particularly like with psych soc. So like Anki is the best way to like memorize things, right? So the sections on the MCAT that are the most content dependent, um, like psych soc and
Right.
biochem, like the metabolic pathways and stuff, like those two sections are very, yeah, they're content based, which means that you need to like know the stuff. So Anki is really, really good for just getting that type of knowledge, like, inside of your head. So I would suggest, um, like shared decks.
I've heard of it. I haven't explored way too much into like how to do that, but I mean, I know I can like import and export the decks and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. So that way you don't have to, like make them like, maybe I think like as we move forward or whatever, like, or as we I guess, since you're gonna be starting with like the content diagnostic, like the stuff that you learn you can make cards for. But I would say like to supplement that with um getting, so like the most common like or popular kind of Anki deck is the Miles Down deck.
I've
Uh
heard of them. I downloaded it, I think like a year
yeah,
ago. Yeah.
so with that, that could be like a supplemental thing that you do because like of course you can make the cards yourself and do those, but like if we want to make like a daily schedule that involves Anki, like I think like, doing 45 minutes to an hour of Anki a day is good. you can just do the cards from a shared deck, which means that you can spend that 45 minutes to an hour like just doing, the actual like Anki stuff instead of like, spending time making it and everything like that. So I would say, so like for phase one, you can see here for this student, like I have them do Anki and then like the Jack Westin content diagnostic, and then cars could either be from Jack Westin cars or AMC cars. For this student, I just wrote Jack Westin cars because she did the AMC cars stuff already. And so I'm gonna have it all written out like this, and on each day, whatever you do, you just put a strike through. So that's why you could see like a couple of strike throughs here.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll make oops. I'll go a little.
Yeah, that's good right there. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so that's why, yeah. So basically, um, so if I go for you over here, so okay, so we don't know when your MCAT is, but what could be like just like a date that we can put in just to have like kind of like an idea of
yeah, definitely. So I don't want to wait way too long either. So I think I want it to be before July 15th or before like the first 2 weeks of July, somewhere around there.
Hmm.
Because I know the scores take a month for them to come back either way.
So
Um,
you said July 15th?
yeah, we'll place a date for July 15th. I know between now and then that only leaves me about like a month and a half or so.
Uh-huh. I'll be right. Okay, so this is what so okay, let's do this. So basically I'm gonna work backwards from here. Um so that means that, oh yeah, and I did mention phase three is the AMC exams. So phase three, AAMC full length. So you did the practice. That's like the new one, right? Like,
Yeah, but that was maybe like not recent. That's probably a year ago.
okay.
Um,
Oh yeah, you took it. Okay, okay. Got it. Okay, so let's do, let's see. That practice was the scored one, right?
the practice was scored. Yes, correct.
Yeah. So, okay, so yeah. Um, let's see.
Because what I was actually planning to do is tomorrow I was actually gonna go take a practice exam,
Huh?
since I have a free Saturday, and I was like, yeah, might as well do something.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see. So let's have okay. This will be only so I just called the practice one 5
Okay.
and you did you did test one. So I'm kind of going to go backwards now. There's something called a blind review that
Mhm.
I want you to do when it comes to these exams. So like, so what that means is essentially, let's say we have a CP section, let's say you get 10 wrong. What you're going to do is you're going to write down which 10 questions you got wrong. You're going to try not to look at the answer, right? And you're going to do another attempt of that test, but you're just going to answer those, try those 10 questions that you got wrong, but this time without the time constraint. So the reason, yeah, for this is we want to separate the questions that you got wrong because you really didn't understand, like, really didn't understand it, from the questions you got wrong because you're on a time crunch, right? Because if you're running out of time, you're not going to get a fair kind of chance of answering that question. So that's what the blind review is for, because it then lets you try those questions out without that time constraint. So let's say you do your blind review, you should have now fewer than 10 wrong. Let's say like 5 wrong, like 5 of the 10 now make sense to you. But there's still 5 that don't make sense. Then you'll do a regular review, which is basically reading, the solution, and the answer and trying to have it make sense that way. And likely some of these 5 that are wrong will start to make sense. So let's say now only 2 of them don't make sense. When we meet, we'll go over those 2. So instead of us going over the 10, like we can be very efficient by going over the 2. But also, if there's something that you got right or that you understand, but you're just curious about how I would go about it, you can ask me that kind of stuff also.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what the blind review is for. So I'm gonna go. So and that's usually gonna take like maybe like 2-3 days. Like on one day you'll do your test, and then you don't want to do anything else for that day, and then the next day you can do your blind review and review. So I'll put that like that here, and let's see. So okay, now if I go backwards from here, I guess let's see. Um, like, okay. So I'm trying to think of like what good days, what could be good days for you to take practice tests. I'm guessing like Saturday or something,
Yeah,
or
yeah. Saturdays work, but also like since I won't be in school, doing like
Mhm.
the program prior like after
May
May 3rd, um anytime that I need days off or whatever, like if I just choose not to go to work because I don't want to go to work, my boss, he's very he's okay with that. He just uh well, he's very flexible to say. So he's like, yeah, if you need to come in, and if you don't feel the need to come in, just let us know and it'll be okay.
Okay, okay. So we can play around with the idea of maybe taking 2 tests a week once we reach that point. But yeah, so okay, let's see how I can um put this. So should I should I put these tests like on like Saturdays or Sundays or any days in particular?
I would say Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Typically don't have much going on.
All right, so I'll put them there. So I'm gonna just do this. I'm gonna go backwards and see how many third-party exams you can fit, and then I can see if we should do like 2 tests a week or not. So
Yeah.
then here this would be AMC full length 3, then going backwards from there, AMC full length 2, and then full length 1. And so you see how like I am having you do the ones that you've done before first. Um,
Yeah.
so okay, so that's okay, so that's that. Now phase 2 would be your either blueprint or Altius full length like that, and then 31st. Yeah, I'll figure all this stuff out. Then let's see. All right, and then so okay, let's see. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so phase 1, Honky, 45 minutes to an hour, and then okay, Jack Westin content diagnostic, and then for cars, all right, you said that you had all of that, all of the AMC material, right?
Yeah, I can definitely check in here as well to make sure I still have that information as well.
Okay.
But while you do that,
Mhm.
I guess continue.
All right, seems like we can fit in everything with you just taking a test a week. That's pretty good. Because I
Okay.
usually yeah. Yeah, I usually
Well,
want students to take like at least 6 of the Blueprint or Altius exams and then all the AMC exams. And
right.
yeah, we're able to do that for you with one test a week. So far, so basically what I have for you here is that like tomorrow, you'll do like your ANKI, you'll do that Jack Weston content diagnostic, and
Mhm.
you'll do AMC cars practice. And
Okay.
this can be, so I'm putting this in for like every day until like basically for a week. So like yeah, you'll probably be finished with it even sooner, but let's say that you complete it by like the 25th. Uh
Okay.
then on the 26th, it would be just replacing the Jack Weston content diagnostic with the AMC section bank,
Okay.
and that'll go through to like May 2nd. And then on this Friday, you could take your either Blueprint or Altius full length one, right? And I put like 2 days for these because yeah, one day you'll take it, the next day you'll do your blind review and review. So
Okay.
I put those in, and you know, um, in between here, like that's where we're gonna think about like supplementing with UWorld.
Hmm.
Um, but we'll have more information once we kind of like get close to that point. But yeah, this way, yeah, with even like one test a week, you'll be able to get so like yeah, so you'll do yeah, Blueprint or Altius full length one that first, Friday of May, and then the second one, the next Friday, the third one, the fourth one, the fifth one, and then you'll get to June. Oh wait, oh yeah, that is the fifth one. You'll get to June, which is the fifth one, and then you'll do the sixth one. And then you'll take that most recent AMC full length that you took, the other most recent full length that you took, and then full length two, and then full length three, and then full length four, and your test. So yeah. So yeah, how does that sound?
That sounds good. I mean, looks like I guess I contacted you at a really good point where I'm able to fit in all the tests and then do some
Oh
content or
yeah. Yeah, it works out pretty well. Yeah, because like, for like a student, yeah, this student of mine, her test is sooner. So like I have her doing like a blueprint test, like essentially 2 tests a week. So yeah, you're right. It's perfect timing. So okay, awesome. So basically, like, you're going to just start off with this content diagnostic,
Hmm.
figure out what content areas to work on, And once you completed that and you like reviewed it and stuff, you're going to start the AMC section bank. And all throughout this, you're going to be doing AMC cars work as well. Uh,
Okay.
and we'll see how, we'll see how you are with, I guess, like the mastering like the content by that point. Um, by that point, I mean like by like this like May 5th.
Okay.
Because like May 5th, like then we have, since you don't have to take 2 tests a week, you're just taking one a week. For the rest of those days, what are you going to do, right? So it'll be like essentially this, but you're going to be done with that section bank. And if you're done with that AMC cars, like there's a lot of the AMC cars, but
Hmm.
even if you're done with that, there's still Jack Weston cars. But you know, but once you're finished with the section bank, there isn't much other like science stuff. So that's when we'd consider getting eWorld.
Right.
So yeah, there would be a possibility where here we would just do like basically something like this. UWorld, I'll say, I'd say like targeted content review.
Right.
So
Makes sense to me.
I'll put that in for all of these days. And yeah, nothing here is set in stone. So, if things happen that require us to make adjustments, that's certainly doable. And, if you want to have like some days off and stuff like that. This last AMC full length four, I would probably, I would want you to take, I want people to take like,
Back. Yeah.
yeah,
A
yeah.
little
I
better.
don't want you to be doing a bunch of stuff like, on the, um, like week, coming up to your test, right? So something like this. So yeah, so basically you're starting off with your just oh yeah, so yeah, for the Anki, when I say like this 45 minutes to an hour, I'd say get the miles down deck. I'll write it here.
I believe I might still have that on my
Okay.
thing, but let me double check. I do have Anki open at this moment. Let's see. Dex. Let's see. MCAT. Let's see. No, I probably don't have it on here anymore. But I can find it again on
Yeah, yeah. And
Okay.
I'm also going to add you to or share with you like a Google Drive with a lot of resources that will have it there too. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, Miles Down Deck, like it'll contain all of like the topics, like all the subjects. But there are particular decks that I think you should start off with. Like there's a deck called Essential Equations. I think it's like 60 cards or something. Like that would be a good place to start, just because I don't want you to be losing points from not knowing, like an equation or something. Uh,
Okay.
and the other two would be like those content dependent sections like biochem, metabolic pathways, behavioral sciences. So I would suggest starting with those. But you can also just do, just hit the miles down one and it'll show you stuff from all those decks, like kind of randomly. So yeah, that will be what you like will do every day, like 45 minutes to an hour. Um, you know, People like to do that either before they start doing their main studying or after. Find out whatever works for you. So that'll be what you're going to start to be doing. And yeah, you're going to start also then for the sciences, you're going to start with the Jack Weston content diagnostic. For the cars, you're going to be using AMC cars. If you want, you could use Jack Weston cars, but I would say like to do the AMC ones. And once you're finished with AMC, maybe then do Jack Weston. So I would focus on AMC for cars. And then once you're finished with the content diagnostic and you review it, and we'll meet and we'll go over stuff that you need to like review. And once you're finished with that, you'll do that AMC section bank for the sciences, but the Anki is the same, the cars is the same. And then I like basically that first Friday of May will be
Okay.
when you start taking the full lengths.
Right.
From that point on, so like it's essentially like you take your full length on this Friday, the Saturday you can use to blind review it, and then the next Sunday you can do that like the default thing. So like you're essentially going to have three types of days. You're going to have like a day where you do a test, a day where you review a test, and a day where you do like UWorld, cars, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So, and then, so that's this, yeah. So here we can, so we're fitting in 6 of the Blueprint or Altius car, full lengths, and then like, I guess 6 of the AMC full lengths. Like there's 1 through 5 in the sample. So 12 tests total. And that should be more than enough to get you like the type of score that you want, and to just have you like really I guess used to like building up the stamina, the endurance, and yeah, all of that stuff will really like start to auto correct as you do these tests.
Great. That sounds awesome. Honestly, I wish I would have known of Vue like
Yeah,
last year
yeah.
or the year before, I guess. Well, I think it would have been a greater help at least than what I was already getting.
Yeah.
Um,
So
but
like,
outside of that, I did want to ask a few questions, I guess. Like when I'm not sure if we have a certain portion in this. Is it an hour or
oh, it's as long as you want it to be. We can do an hour.
I didn't know how long like the session would be for like I guess just general introduction. Just wanted to know like how would I pay you and things like that.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, like Venmo, Zelle. Do you have any of
Yeah,
those?
I have Venmo and Zelle. Yeah.
Yep. That's you could just pay me through that.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Mhm.
Simple.
Yep. Did you have
Uh,
other questions?
uh, not at this time. Not that I think of. You kind of answered everything. Like you showed me how like the schedule's gonna be, which is mostly like my main important question. It's like knowing what I'm doing on a daily basis versus me figuring out, okay, what am I even supposed to be doing today?
Yeah. Got it. Yep. So let me. Yeah. I don't know. My Zoom just crashed. I apologize. But
No, you're fine.
so okay. Let's see. Let me add you to or let me share. Yeah, let me share this with you. All right, I shared that spreadsheet with you, and let me now share uh the drive folder.
Got access to it now. So let's see. I just moved over to the month of April. Yep, right here.
And yes, I shared the drive with you as well. So so yeah, if that was all of the questions, we could even end early. Like I think this is like 45 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, well, I guess is this considered one of the sessions? And that way I can.
What's up?
This is considered one of those sessions that I pay for and then
Uh-huh.
move there. Yes. And what's our schedule on meeting? Like,
Oh yeah.
when's the next time I see you?
So when would you like to meet next? We can do um so since you're okay, so let's see. So I guess yeah, but you're gonna be doing like some content diagnostic for like tomorrow and Sunday. So you'll probably be finished with one at least one of those like content diagnostics. So do you want to meet on Monday to go over stuff that you did on like that you'll be doing tomorrow and Sunday?
Yeah, we can do that. Whatever is more. I guess like what is how frequently do you typically meet with your
Oh,
students or
usually
clients?
usually like twice a week. But it could also be once a week. So, uh, yeah, that could be up to you. Um, but yeah, do you think yeah Monday could work?
Monday is, let's see, I have class and then work.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
What
yeah,
what what are the time? You said this in the email. You said that you're usually available after 6 p.m., right?
yeah, from the 6 to 8 p.m. schedule. Yeah, that's fine. On Tuesdays, since I don't have school in the mornings, um, if you want, we can definitely schedule something in the morning.
Mhm.
But I also don't know like what other schedules you have with other students.
Yeah. So okay, for like this upcoming Tuesday, I'm kind of full, but Monday, um, would 6 o'clock or 6:30, like would that work on Monday?
Yeah,
The
6 o'clock works fine.
the 22nd? Okay. I'll put you in for that. And I'll put that in here as well. So okay, okay. Monday at 6 p.m. and we'll go over stuff, content stuff from that content diagnostic and whatever else you want to ask me, we can go over that stuff. And yeah, and then I shared the stuff with you. So is that
That's all the questions I have at this moment. I just want to know our schedule, how often we meet, and how do I pay you?
yep.
You could share your Venmo or your Zelle through like I guess email, and I'll send you that over.
Yeah, I could put in the chat here my that's my phone number, and you can send it through Zelle like that way.
I think we agreed to 63.
Hmm.
Okay. Pay and transfer. So
Yeah, you were the first to mention that 15% off thing, and I was like, oh no, like, because I was like, I changed it so it's like just for one session, but you're
right,
the
right.
first one to mention it, so you're like grandfathered in.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I had no idea. I was like, I was just gonna do whatever you told me, and then you're like, oh, well, I'll honor your request. So I was like, oh, great, that works for me. Just because right now is like money wise, it's like everything's kind of the economy's not the
Sure.
best really to live in. 293, yeah, then 5994. 917-293-5994. Yes. Chain continue.
Like that Wolverine like thing that you have in the background over there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm a big anime fan and a big Marvel fan as well.
Like with like anime, like so. I mean, have you ever seen like Berserk?
I have heard of Berserk. I have now. Wait, hold
Yeah.
on. Maybe I have seen it. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta Google it right quick. I'm in between a lot of things.
Yeah. Like, because like I was really into anime growing up. But I'm a lot older than you guys, so like I'm used to like the anime I where they would like hand draw it mostly.
Okay.
Um, but like I think my favorite would be like Ghost in the Shell.
Okay. Uh,
Really, really good animation. Um, but yeah.
let's see. I'll place it as session one.
Okay.
Review.
Here's
So,
a drawing of Wolverine that I did. I didn't finish it, but
oh wow.
Yeah, I was trying to make it for a friend of mine who's really into Wolverine.
That's sweet. Yeah. Just
All right,
add some
awesome.
color to it.
Yeah, what's up?
Just add some color to it.
Yeah. I like rarely ever like finish my sketches. Like I kind of like just draw something like really quickly, like in like 5 minutes, and then I don't touch it for like forever. Um, but oh yeah, so okay, I got your payment, and yeah, we're all set. So I shared the stuff with you, and uh
Right.
I'll see you on Monday. And if you have any questions or anything, just feel free to email me. And yeah, good luck, and we're gonna definitely kill it.
Sounds good. Thank you for this lesson or this session at least, and then I'll see you on Monday. All right.
All right, take care. All right.